School.
It's that time.
Past and present podcast.
It's that time.
All regions stand up.
On your feet.
North, south,
Everywhere.
east,
Where you at?
and west, Midwest.
You
Where you
know
at?
the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the hip hop school. Big wrong niggas grind called Primo, Fur, and Deja Rule. Child, get out your feelings. You get booed at the hip hop school. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the hip hop school. Nigga can't be mad cause you got swag and easy cool. Bitch, I'm a motherfucking problem. Knowledge rule at the hip hop school. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the hip hop school. Can't look like that, I'm into some got artifacts. The truth is cool, but that's just fuel at the hip hop school.
Past and present.
What's up? Welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. I am Asia, the assistant principal, and we have Supreme Ra in the building, the principal. Tonight we're going to have a very, very dope show. We're going to be talking about some of the trending topics. We also are going to do our hip hop trivia question as we do each and every week, starting the show off with our hip hop trivia question that is brought to you by our sponsors, Supreme's Pull Up, Art by Chunk G, the Uhuru Academy, Lit and Leisure Travel, and the Deaths of Deasia. This week's hip hop trivia question is, how did Cardi B's sister, Hennessy, get her name? Again, how did Cardi B's sister, Hennessy, get her name? Y'all try to answer that down below in the comments, and we will reveal the answer at the end of the show. How you doing tonight, Supreme?
Oh, man, I'm groovy. You know what I'm saying? Just, I feel like I've been on a summer vacation, you know?
Yes, we back in the saddle.
Right, on that horse like raw hots.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Back on that nag.
You're so silly. I've been doing good though, but we finna go ahead and jump off in these topics. One of the things that hit the headlines is the rapper BG from Cash Money, the Hot Boys. He is free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. He's free at last.
Free at last.
Yeah, man. He came out a little zesty though.
Hey man,
what's tea?
You know, we happy that BG is home, man. It's been a long 11 years, man. The man served his time. We ain't heard no funny stuff about no paperwork or nothing like that. So obviously he did his time and didn't take nobody else down. He's out. Birdman greeted him, and yeah, man, he been in a couple videos, couple pictures, man, and I don't know if the filters or the angles or something. All right, man, but you know, I was once told, man, where there's smoke is usually fire. So I don't know what the hell going on, man, with old BG, but hopefully, man, that man wasn't tampered with and rubbed on and stuff in there. So, you know.
Yeah. BG came out of prison like, yes. I know, that's how he walked out the. Yes, bitch. Yes, I'm free, bitch.
Oh man.
Yes. But it's neither here nor there. Glad the man home. You know, all jokes aside, we gonna joke. You know, but all jokes aside, glad the man home. Birdman went and picked them up and everything, and there has been a lot of conversation about the Hot Boys reunited, and within that conversation, a little misunderstanding done came about with Birdman and Turk, and I ain't know that they had any issues, but all of a sudden a little misunderstanding done came up.
Well, I seen Birdman on the interview. And he was asked about Turk and how come when Turk got out, it wasn't no red carpet rolled out for Turk. And the way Birdman explained it was he wasn't cool with him before he went to the pen. So, you know, wasn't no need to pull up on him when he got out, man. But Birdman still say it's supposed to be a hot boy reunion, man. I don't know how that's going to work, man, with him, you know, him and Turk. But I'm sure Turk will get some act right and jump right on that tour. He ain't making too much money right now.
Yeah, but Birdman was also saying that they'll do it without him.
Oh, okay. I
I
can see
don't
that
know.
part.
I definitely don't know how that'll work unless because Turk he has some classic moments in a lot of their songs. So
Do you think the rest of them would do it without him?
it depends on their relationship with him. But because Turk, he have been going on plenty of interviews talking about it ain't hating if it's true. What he be saying when he be talking.
Something like that, man.
Something like that. But
You
anyway,
know,
he
I
done said he done told enough stories and he done shared his grievances enough with several of the members within the group to where I don't think that anybody will fight for him to be there.
and I don't think that the fans will give a damn either. He's kind of like the low man on the totem pole, the most least popular person in the group. So
Yeah,
I know if they do a tour, and I ain't gonna be like, well, Turk ain't there, I ain't going.
exactly. And
So
to be
yeah,
honest, Lil Wayne could rap Turk verses. They voice
the
similar.
crowd can,
He
the
could rap
crowd
his
can.
verses, or they probably will do certain songs where his verse is more towards the end or something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't want. I would want to see them all come together. I would. I really wouldn't want. I don't care to actually see a Hot Boy reunion without all of the Hot Boys, because to me that's not a reunion.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see how it play out, man. We're happy, we happy BG home, man. And hopefully, he just might be a little giddy, a little tickled, and we might just be seeing things, man. And he come out and get him an old woman, and we'll see, man.
Now, okay, he gonna mess around and get that woman the worms. But anyway, so speaking of jailbirds, Tory Lanez had went off on a reporter. I think the lady was a reporter or something, and had called her a googly eyed bitch.
Yeah,
And
man.
listen, when you look at the picture, he was not lying. I'm talking
Man,
about it tripped me out. But Tory Lanez, he really needs to get somewhere and sit down.
yeah, man. One thing about doing time, somebody who's experienced with it, man, you gotta, you want to explore and try all your options to get out, right? I get that, man. If it's a way, without implicating other people, then we're gonna try. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, man, he needs to focus on get his mind on doing time, sit down, come up with a game plan, how he gonna do it, and start focusing on being a better person, man. And hopefully when he get out, it's still some money to be made for him, man. But yeah, man, sit your ass down, do your time, boy.
Yeah, he needs to relax. And Young Dro came out with a song talking about the shooting, talking about Meg and Tory was KISSING. Young Dro.
Man, not to go off such, but Young Dro, man, ever since that Best Thing Smoking album, man, it's just been, I don't know what's wrong with that man there, man. He had so much potential, man. Dope MC. He put out a very dope first album, and then we hear all this stuff about, funny sexual stuff and all kind of shit. Yeah, man.
What's so funny? What's that about? I ain't heard none of that.
Like the Young Buck type shit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh. That's
all
juicy.
these, a lot of these rappers, man. Yes. Ski,
Yes, ski. But you know what the thing is, I'm gonna tell you something. The thing is, when it comes to that, people could choose to do what they want. I think that sexuality is fluid, and people could change their mind on what they want to dib and dab in. But when you have those guys that they subscribe to a certain type of lifestyle and they hyper masculine and things of that nature, and for them to flip script, it does seem a little odd, but I mean, I guess He like,
I don't know,
do
man.
you love us? I
Man,
mean,
some wild. We in wild times, man. That's all
oh
I can
yes,
say.
indeed. And you know what's even wilder is the fact that Diddy found it in his heart to get them people they publishing, and I never thought I would see the day that happened.
Well, Diddy say he did it 2 years ago, and
Oh,
it's just
what?
not
But
being.
Juneteenth is going on around this mother.
Yeah,
Like,
he said he did 2 years ago, man. But I guess he didn't pass out the memo, and nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? I seen a couple of his former bad boy artists that was appreciative. Then I seen I think his name Mark Carey. He was like he didn't want this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. He got a lot of rocky relationships with his former artists, man. A lot of people is disgruntled and they pissed off, man. So hopefully, this gift of love from the Diddy man kind of helps, repair some of those relationships so they can get their just due, their money that they feel like they earned and they feel like it's owed to them. So shout
yeah,
out to Diddy, man.
Aubrey, I think that's her name from Identity Kane. She said no, she's not doing it. She told the girls not to do it. She said there's a clause in there that they have to sign the NDA. They cannot speak negatively about Diddy once they agree to whatever this publishing deal is. And she also said that it's more so like a streaming thing where you have your publishing for your streaming. And she said it's just not a good deal because you're looking at a couple $100 simply because it takes so many streams just to make money from. So she said, child, we could go and do a show on Hulu and make more than this with this publishing. So whatever. So she ain't here for it. And then to
But
be honest, considering this landscape that we're in now and how much music has evolved, is anybody really checking for their music like that?
see, this the thing though. You never know if your song get played in one of the movies or some type of commercial and that shit blow up, or one of them TikTok motherfucking videos where they blow up them songs and boom, you know what I'm saying? A little couple of hundreds turn into a couple mil. So even if it look like it ain't much now, still get it because you never know if that certain song or verse or whatever blow up, man. Have that shit in your pocket and it's
Yeah,
yours. If it's yours, get it.
yeah, and but the thing is, I don't like the fact that it's mine, but yet you're giving me these this criteria and you telling me what I can't do to have what is rightfully mine. I don't like that part. And what Diddy got going on that he gotta hide so much? Everything, every rumor that could have been told has already been told on Diddy, and he has been resilient and been able to power through and make it through all those different rumors. And at this point, don't nobody really care about his artists anyway that much for it to be a big deal if somebody came out with something. Diddy already who he is now, so he don't care about what people gotta say to that extent.
Some of them artists got nice catalogs. Got Mary, what? Not Mary J wasn't on there. What's Mary J?
112.
112 total. You know what I'm saying? The Locks. So
Yeah, but I guess I guess I mean based on what she said, it made a whole lot of sense to me for them not to sign it over because anything could happen. You know down the line, say for instance, somebody want to do a story about your life. And now you can't tell your full story and what you have experienced because you have signed this NDA to get some publishing. And like she said, in her case, it may not have been a good idea, but for someone else, it could be because considering the fact that ain't nobody checking for Danity Kane. You get what I'm saying? So she like,
right.
ain't nobody checking for us for real. So we might as well not sign this, and we could be able to one day probably be able to tell our story or something and make more money.
But everybody's story different. You might have a couple of them
Exactly.
making them band niggas who ain't making shit. So a couple of $100 a month might be something to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm assuming they not doing nothing, but I ain't seen them do too much. You know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm. And then I really liked his. Well, you watched the VMAs?
I didn't watch the VMAs. I watched some clips of it, but I watched it live.
Okay. Did you see Diddy's performance?
I heard about it. I heard some people mad about that because he didn't have no former artist with him or something.
He was being honored. So
Man,
it
you know
wasn't
how
even
people
about
are,
other
man.
people, but he bought Young Miami. He bought Young Miami up, his son and his daughters and everything. Keisha Cole came out. Yeah, I could see how somebody made, because he had Young Miami, he had Keisha Cole and the little boy, his son. He came out and was helping him rap. I can't remember who else, but it was high energy. It was really good. But it made me think though. Have you noticed that Jay-Z don't get honored? Like he don't get honored
I seen you bring that up, and I thought you was maybe talking about accolades as far as awards and shit, but you mean like lifetime achievement or
because Diddy had this the Icon Award or lifetime
Diddy,
stuff like that.
Diddy came out a little before Jay-Z, so maybe his time coming up soon. But yeah, you're right. I haven't seen him get no major honorary awards like that.
Yeah. Now, as far as but then when you think about their career and you could put them side by side, I think when you look at you help me with this, because when I think about it and I look at the different artists and what the person has done in their career, I think ultimately, and it's just off the top of my head, I hadn't had a chance to just sit and think about it, but ultimately I do feel like Diddy is more successful than Jay-Z, like in the music, you know what I'm saying? Because he has so many different artists. Jay-Z, The Rock, that was big as well. But I think
Rock Nation got Rihanna.
Like comparison wise, I think Diddy is more successful.
Who bigger than Rihanna?
Biggie.
Hell no.
He had Biggie. Biggie is bigger than Rihanna.
I'm talking about right now. Rihanna way bigger than Biggie.
Well, Rihanna isn't even active right now. I'm just saying
She just performed at the Super Bowl.
I'm talking about throughout the span of the careers, like the different.
I think it's a toss. I know you hate these two words. I think it's a toss up.
Yeah, I mean, of course it's a toss up, but I think it's a good. I think, you know what? I think what we should do is we should sit down and kind of just brainstorm that and just really, dissect the thing and see, just based on
Kanye come up under Jay-Z.
Huh?
Kanye come up under Jay-Z.
Yeah,
that's Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Who on Bad Boy bigger than fucking Kanye?
Nobody.
Mace? Fuck no.
Who's hot? Who's not?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That's a good argument.
I guess I don't know. Maybe it's more. Maybe it probably be like maybe I'm looking at it is because he's a little bit more visible than Jay-Z or something. Like Diddy is more visible. He put himself out there a little bit more, so it could seem like that. But I'm just talking. I don't want nobody to run with this. I'm just thinking out loud. It ain't nothing concrete written in stone.
Right.
What up, Heezy? What up?
Shout out. Easy. Where you from, brother?
Come on now. It's like easy to me. But listen, now at the VMAs, Carisha had on that dress that was a mess. And I really was mad that people was talking about her body just because her dress wasn't cute. I don't know why people do stuff like that. Like the dress was not cute. She was looking like a vulture in that dress. However, her body looked nice, and people was trying. I'm like, how do you go from you don't like the outfit to you body shaming somebody? That's crazy as hell to me.
People sometimes, man, they with you 1 minute and they against you the next, man. Just especially, somebody that's, a highly visible public figure like her, man. So everybody critiquing, they watching it, looking, they listening.
And Saweetie had a dress with a bone on the collar. It was just doing too much. And Suki, she got to the go.
So hold on, let me ask you about Sweetie. What was the problem with her? I heard she got criticized for not reading the teleprompter or some shit.
She was messing up the words and stuff in the teleprompter. She one of them people that don't need to be volunteering to read out loud.
Oh, okay. So she might not be called to host nothing else.
She don't need to. And did you see Suki?
I seen a couple pictures and on the floor, bent over, her usual pose, bent over, on the floor.
It was interesting that when people were criticizing Sukiyona about her behavior, she was like, well, they know who they invited, which is true. But it's certain things that just go just too far.
Like, we talk a lot about people being in character, right? Mm-hmm. And in 2020, what is this, 2023, being in character can get you paid. You know what I'm saying? Because certain people gravitate to your character. Is her and I mean, I'm not saying that her and like Sexy Red ain't authentic, but like you say, man, are they going too far like every fucking single time?
You know what? I don't really be seeing. Actually, so here's the thing. Sexy Red really don't be doing a whole lot. She don't be doing a whole lot of antics more so than just pulling up like in 2004. Huh?
He be saying some shit though.
Yeah, she be saying stuff, but she don't really be out in public acting a fool like Suki be out in public acting a fool. She'll come out in public looking a fool with them clothes from 2004 era shirts and pants and stuff like that, and the money up to her ear. But that's just being hood. So that's a difference to me. She literally, I feel like Sexy Red is just being herself. And
did you see her latest quote about what's the most romantic somebody
the most
did?
romantic thing that somebody ever done for her when her boyfriend had stole a Gucci belt and $13 and gave it to her when he was out of breath, just got through robbing somebody. That was sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, but that was something that, to be honest, you gotta think she a hood chick. So, I mean, how many people can sit here and honestly say they ain't never dealt with no dude that went and stole something that they benefited from? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So even though she's saying she's making it like a sweet jester, but what would be the difference between him like feeling as though I need to get her something for Valentine's Day over somebody that just feel like, oh, we probably need this TV for the house, or we need this, that, and the third. I'm gonna go ahead and get out there and grab that. And then you at home like, oh, thank you. And it's stolen goods. They now want to act like we haven't participated in that one way or another, whether we was the one stealing the goods or getting the goods. So to me, that wasn't no big deal. People be just making shit more than what it is. She was young and dumb and thought the shit was sweet. Oh, he risked something for me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, niggas done gave me something before.
I guess it's all about perspective, man. I just get sick and tired of the people whining and crying and complaining like this woman is destroying society on her own and shit, man. This shit is really annoying as fuck, man.
Yeah. But Suki, I think Suki, she did the fooling when she made the comment about they know who they invited. You ain't got to do all that. Like, you in the ground and you in your cute dress and all of that. It's just you making a spectacle of yourself for no. You ain't even got that to do. And then
Right.
Delicious from Flavor of Love, she came on there and she had told Sukiyana it's all kind of outside shoes on the ground, Pooh or Buttercup or whatever. And Sukiyana said, "You used to sleep with Flavor Flav. I know you ain't scared of nothing."
Yeah, I seen that, man.
That took me out.
Was a nice rebuttal. That'll shut you down right there.
Yeah. But the thing
I love a nice, good, swift rebuttal.
Huh?
I love a nice, good, swift, and precise rebuttal that cut you hard. And
you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing but go lay down.
Yeah, go drink you some milk.
I think two things could be true. You could be your authentic self. We are not all the same. I get so tired of black people talking about one black person is embarrassing all black people. I'm not embarrassed by no damn body. And who are y'all trying to impress? Like a lot of black people are so concerned with the white gaze, so it makes no damn sense. I don't give a fuck about that. You get what I'm saying? So their behavior is their behavior. They making themselves look a certain type of way, but all at the same time, it's when you just go too far. It ain't even a judgment thing. It's just at this point, you just look stupid. It's just
like, can we at least see another side? You know what I'm saying? Like every so often, you know what I'm saying? Can you just be serious? Sometimes once or twice a year. I don't know.
Yeah, but I noticed that people who do that, you remember it was some time before Suki kind of had a mental breakdown and she was talking about crying and stuff and talking about selling her soul and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
She really, I cannot, with Suki have had a past where she was conscious, the conscious girl all wrapped up in selling waist beads and all that kind of stuff. And for her to act out like that, I know that a part of that is one of those things where she goes so far because it's almost as if she want to go so far because she's in too deep now. So now she got to go for the gusto because now it's not no turning around. And so if she does have like one of those vulnerable moments or something like that, it gets looked over by her antics. Because as soon as because if you notice in her interviews, if something bothers her, she'll go even further with saying some of the most ridiculous shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes people, when they're bothered or they feel some type of way about what they're doing, they like, oh, I'm gonna just push it up a notch. But every time you push it up a notch, it's taking you further and further away from your true self. And that's how you end up losing yourself. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Anyway, child. So Tyrese had went to the Breakfast Club.
I'm so sick of him and DJ Envy, man.
You know what? People ain't gonna like this because I know a lot of people be upset with Tyrese because of his antics in the past, and the man has actually came out and said he had a mental breakdown before. He also has been on psych meds before. So he has made an admission of going through mental health crisis at one point in his life. When people have experienced something like that in the public, a lot of times people want to shut them out and make them the bad guy or the person who did something wrong in every scenario because of their past. I'm not one of those people. I watched that interview with Tyrese and Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy and Just Hilarious was there. DJ Envy a bitch ass nigga.
Facts.
Like, I wanted to swing on DJ even when the way, if you notice the way he was talking to Tyrese, he talked to Tyrese Like, I have absolutely no respect for you, not just as a man, as a human. He talked he ain't even handled that like you would handle the situation with somebody that you got just a little
Let me tell you
ounce of
something.
respect for.
He talked to Tyrese like he knew his wife liked Tyrese at some point in time.
It was crazy. When Tyrese made it, when they had the conversation about Tyrese was helping him with his marriage when he was going through all of that, Tyrese was really being a friend to him. Tyrese said, well, when I go through my stuff, you weren't there for me, and you actually poke fun at it on your show. Yes, I know you gotta cover it, but you ain't gotta go so hard considering we supposed to be boys. You ain't gotta take up for me or nothing like that, but don't make it a mockery because I'm going through something. And when DJ Envy turned around and said the reason why he don't reach out and don't fool with him because he can't respect him as a man, because how was it that you were able to tell me what to do, but you're not doing it? That's some bullshit, because Tyrese wasn't in that situation at the time.
Right.
Y'all's situations is totally different. And the fact that somebody is outside of the situation, not emotionally involved in the situation, they can give you a little bit direction. And he did that. So the point of, you don't get to turn around and say, you know what, because you're fucking up the same way that I fucked up as a man in your relationship, now I don't have no respect for you. But yet Tyrese didn't say he didn't have any respect for DJ Envy. When he was doing what he doing, he helped him. So right. I'm like, why you turning around talking about some, I can't respect you? It's like the preacher preaching and telling us what that's not the same type of thing. These are people, every marriage, every relationship go through something. And so it's supposed to be a brotherhood. You could be going through a divorce with your, 2 or 3 of y'all can be going through a divorce with y'all wives, and y'all should be able to be brothers, sit and talk about, okay, what we need to do in each situation, because each person's wife is different and the remedy to fixing it is going to be different. So why y'all can't talk to each other just because y'all going through the same type of shit?
Well, the latest response from Tyrese is like, he telling old boy, like, man, you really want to shut the fuck up. Like, you need to stop right here before I really just end your shit. I don't know if he talking about physically, or if he's saying he got some shit that'll hurt your feelings or something, man. But I think DJ Envy need to back out of this one, man.
Yeah, I really wish that Tyrese would have said some of those things on the show. But I'm going to tell you something, what I think what happened on the show. And people got to understand that these folks are human. So imagine you go to a show, you get invited to a show with people that you consider to be your friend at one point in time. They invite you to the show. So that's kind of like an olive branch a little bit. You get what I'm saying? So you're at the show, you're having a conversation with your brothers, and the conversation goes into a space that it didn't even have to really go into. And so now you kind of, as the human that's sitting there experiencing that, you be out your body a little bit. You be kind of like, damn, is this really happening for real? Now you knowing that you're on the radio, on TV, however they show broadcast. So as a professional as well, and all the stuff that Tyrese got the risk, he couldn't just jump and act a fool. He did what he was supposed to do in that moment. And a lot of people don't understand it. He sat there, he took it, but then also he got to process it, because you got Charlamagne saying something, you got DJ Envy saying something, you got just trying to control the room. So right now, it's kind of, you're not really able to see like who's wrong and who's right for real. You get home and you start processing that shit and be like, these niggas had me fucked up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with Tyrese. And DJ Envy, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. I don't know if he a light-skinned nigga, but he's still a dark nigga. I don't know what the hell going on with DJ Envy, but he been doing a lot of beefing, and I'm trying to understand Why this nigga trying to act hard?
I think it's a reflection of something going on at the house, man.
It gotta be something, because anytime when Charlamagne the most mild person on the show, and that's not even like, I love Charlamagne the guy, you know what I'm saying? And that's his personality. Like, Charlamagne is just an asshole, and I love it. That's not DJ Envy. So it comes off a little inauthentic, and it seems as though, like you said, Supreme, it's something he's dealing with on the back end. You know, he got a lawsuit and all that going on.
Lawsuit. Rick Ross was on his ass real tough. As a matter of fact, Rick Ross jumped into this shit. You know, he just said that he want to sign Tyrese.
Yeah, I just think that I think DJ Envy, he needs to figure out some conflict resolution, and he needs to quit bleeding on people who didn't cut him. That's what he needs to do, because he really been having a little pissy attitude and just being snappy or whatnot. And I did not like how he did Tyrese. And I don't go up for Tyrese at all. Tyrese needs to simmer down himself, but in this situation, he was not wrong. He wasn't wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So since we're on the topic of, you know, people and their wives, divorces and everything, Jenny Ma and Jeezy are headed to divorce court. Jeezy allegedly filed for divorce from Jenny Ma.
Yeah, man. My sources are saying that she cheated. I don't, you know.
Jeezy don't give me big dick energy. So it probably was one of those things where she knows she had signed up, because you know she fetishizes black men. And you know, she had went on ahead and got her one because wasn't nobody checking for her. So the one that did check for her came and pulled the wee out, and she was like, "We finna see what we finna do with that." And she was like, "You know what? This ain't that powerful big old BBC that I thought I was."
My wife used to watch this show, The Real, and she was my least favorite person. Like, I never liked her. It was always fake and forced, and I just never liked her, man, at all, you know. And then when he married, I'm like, huh? You know?
Yeah, I didn't think they were an odd couple at first, but they grew on me, though.
Well, they didn't grow together.
Yeah. And then I'm going to tell you something, black women. This is what I want y'all to stop doing. I really want y'all to stop doing. This is what I want y'all to stop doing. I want y'all to stop worrying about who men outside of y'all league are dating, right? You're not about to get no damn basketball player, football player, a young Jeezy, or anybody else in the industry or whatever. You sitting your ass at your house worrying and feeling some type of way about what these rich men who have access to certain women, the same access, you don't even have access to these people, and you worry about the people that they choose to be in a relationship with, and you make it about yourself. Quit worrying about what these people do. As long as these black men who choose to date somebody outside of their race are not talking down on black women, that's their business. Everybody have a preference, and people have preferences within their own race. Just because Jeezy got with Jeannie doesn't mean that that's like one of those things where it's like some type of preference or anything. You got some men that have preferences. You have some men that just like all women, you know, of all races. You have some men that like all women of their own race. You know, like you got some men that they don't care if you're light skin, dark skin, big, small, whatever. They don't give a fuck. They just like women. You know, so I be hating when a conversation start going into, well, if he would have dealt with one of us, then guess what? One of us would have been stuck with a baby and headed to divorce after 2 years. I don't know what y'all be asking for. The shit just be crazy as hell. And quit trying to find a way to play victim in every situation. The man chose to be with Hello Kitty. That is his business. You know what I'm saying? While you sitting up here worrying about what he laid up with or whatever, make sure your situation is together, because whatever the hell is going on, Something in the milk is just not clean.
She trash though.
No, but the thing is, I just don't like when black women start with this whole thing trying to play a victim in every situation. That should be pissing me off. I'm like, why do you care? That girl, for whatever reason, snagged that man. Jeezy done been with black women before and got babies and left them too. So I don't. Why do you feel like it would have been any different if he would have been with a black woman? Because he done left black women with kids before. You get what I'm saying? So that should just be crazy to me. Listen, people could date whoever they want to date. Long as you ain't talking down about your own race and making all these weird excuses as to the reason why you going on to the other side. Do you?
Fact,
anyway,
man. Fact. Do you? At the end of the day, he doing him.
Yeah, he doing him. But you know what's crazy, Supreme?
What's that?
Jenny Ma about it wasn't even a week ago. It was probably a week or two ago. I had seen her on Instagram. Her and the baby, they was, shouting out his book, and she was talking about how much he's an inspiration to her, and he was in the comments with the hearts. And somebody said that Jenny Ma didn't even know nothing was wrong in their relationship. So I'm like, this shit ain't making no sense for people to be saying she cheated. But a couple days ago, Jeezy was so cordial with her, like even, put the little heart emojis or whatever when she was talking about his book.
Well, maybe. What about the she don't want her baby to have a gender?
I don't know how true that is, but if she don't want her baby to have a gender, the baby got a gender. It's a girl. I'm so tired of these gender people. Like, and that's another thing, a thing that I'm tired of too. Like, listen, the conversation's gonna end up going somewhere else or whatever. But y'all with this gender shit, I don't give a damn. Y'all can get the hell on with that. Now you wanna, you know what I'm saying? If Steve wanna marry Steve, or Eve wanna marry Eve, y'all do that. That's fine. But all of this, it ain't no gender and all of that or whatever the case may be. Y'all need to take y'all's delusional asses down to the nearest psych clinic and get evaluated because you're batshit crazy. I don't give a damn what you say about that. Like, we not finna be doing all this. Now, it's one thing, we already took it to a level when people said they feel like they a different gender. But when you start saying no gender, like, stop it. Now, if you feel like you woke up and you feel like you was really a woman, or you wake up and you feel like you was really a man, if
that's true, and she was pushing that shit, he should have left her ass.
Yeah, if you start talking about my kid, there is no gender, you know what, to say something like there is no gender, it will really give room to so much BS down the line where people don't even, it'll be so much to unpack with that. No gender. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep that no gender shit in mind when somebody get the fondling with your little girl, hoo-ha, then all of a sudden it's a gender. You keep that in mind.
Some other little black buck gonna jump in her DM.
Yeah. If everybody the same, it ain't no gender, everybody is the same or whatever the case may be, keep all of that shit in mind. Anyway, let me go on to the next subject before we get the goddamn Skittles thrown at our ass around here. So Nas and Hitboy, they dropped another project. You heard it?
Magic 3. This is album number, he got 3 Magics and 3 King Diseases, man. They said it's the final one of the six album collaboration. Me and you been quite vocal about how we felt about this new Nas run. Me and you agree that I feel like it's a bunch of mid. I feel like you got a bunch of I'm a Nas fan, don't get me wrong. You a Nas fan, but we know the difference between Super Goat Nas and this shit he been putting out here lately. This one right here, I listened to it. I think they got that shit together.
It's a lot of scratching or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't heard it because of my feelings that I previously had. I'm glad to know that it's a good album. Now I'm gonna go listen to it because the people who felt like I felt, such as yourself, as far as Nas kind of just giving us whatever and just here you got to deal with it because I'm Nas. I'm definitely gonna check this album out. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, that's a dope album, man. It sounds like it, I feel like Hit Boy was giving us this, he tried to stay East Coast, but then he trying to, cater to the new shit and blend it all together. I ain't like that hybrid shit. But this, it sounds like, a good authentic East Coast Nas album, man. It's a good album.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Nicki Minaj, she supposed to be dropping Pink Friday 2. I think that's the name of it. I'm here for that. I can't wait to hear that.
Let me ask you this about the VMAs. I heard she showed up.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing, but Nicki Minaj, she did a good job. I'm tired of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Like I love Cardi B down. But I'm so sick and tired of this little beef or whatever they got going on, because it was also rumored that Kenny Petty, Nicki Minaj's husband, said something to the effect like he want all the smoke, something where he was just basically saying he ready for whatever. And I'm like, what's the deal with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj for it to even be that damn serious? What the fuck are y'all? To be honest with you, they really not in the same category to me. Like y'all not even really competitors for real to me.
It's some New York shit. Nicki from the Queens, Cardi from the Bronx, Nas from Queens, Jay-Z from Brooklyn. They like to battle for the king and queen of New York, man. That's just, that's some shit that's been going on with them for a long time. So I think it's just, who the queen of New York.
Yeah,
so
we on the outside looking in thinking something different about it, but it's really like they trying to mark their territory as far as their region is concerned.
Yeah,
because they ain't got nothing going on for to be having a problem with each other.
I think Nicki established herself as the queen of New York, and I think she kind of feel like people was too quick to take that crown for her and give it to Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it stemmed from, man. I don't know, man. It ain't my type of shit, but I think that it has a lot to do with some New York shit, man. They real competitive, man, which I don't mind, but that's how they get down.
Yes, indeed. Well, with that being said, let's get into this trivia question. So this week hip hop trivia question is: how did Cardi B's sister Hennessy get her name? Again, how did Cardi B's sister Hennessy get her name? Y'all ain't dropped down in the comments and said none, ain't number one person watching now, child. So it's just me and you. Me, yo mama and yo cousin.
A little birdie just told me that she got it from her daddy. That was her daddy's favorite drink. He was drinking or drunk, something with the daddy.
Okay, so the mama was in labor. The daddy was out partying on some Blueface type shit. So the daddy was they called the daddy. They called and tell him he in labor and he was drinking Hennessy, and that's how she got the name. He was drinking that Hennessy while the mama was pushing Hennessy out. And that's how
my wife want to know, what did she win? She told me this.
She said what she win? Oh, for the prize. Let me see. What's this win? I'ma say some plant seeds.
Okay.
Hey, so with that being said, man, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight.
He love plants. He love plants.
Yes, indeed. I don't know. She told me to fuck off her. I know her. And she ain't even, she don't even appreciate that. Like
she thought she was gonna get some Mac. She thought she was some Mac.
Okay, she thought it was gonna be some Ruby Woo. No, get you some seeds, child. But yeah, make sure y'all tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Shout out to my boy Jeezy, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jeezy. He'll be jumping in with us sometimes on Fridays, and make sure y'all check out our sports show, the Still Farm Sports Show as well, and it'll be me and Jeezy over there on Sundays, and Supreme will jump in over there sometimes. So it is what it is. We're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling and rocking. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're about to tune out.
Hip Hop School, Past and Present Podcast.